Hey everyone, welcome back to lizfenwickdiy. In today's video, we are doing 3 Dollar Tree DIYs. Recently, I posted a new Dollar Tree DIY video and I made this rope tray. You guys seem to really love it. So many of you made recreations and you sent them to me on Instagram. You posted them in our Facebook group and I was really excited to see them. So I took that inspiration and I came up with 3 new projects inspired by nautical rope. Dollar Tree sells this decorative nautical rope and their rope is 9.5 feet long. I knew I was going to need a ton of rope for the projects that I was doing. So I went on Amazon and I actually picked up this spool. I got this is 100 feet of nautical rope and it was $11.99. So pretty comparable in price. And the other thing I really like about it is the rope is just one long piece. So for some of the projects I'm gonna show you, that's a great thing. This first project I'm gonna show you would be great as a centerpiece. You could also have them sitting out on a side table. They just look so classy and are so easy to make. So you're going to need 3 glass containers from Dollar Tree. So you're gonna take your rope, start at the bottom, and put a little bit of hot glue along the edge. Then you're gonna start wrapping your rope up and around your container. I wrap the rope around 7 times before I cut it off in the back. You don't need to put glue on every single piece, just sporadically. Then you want to repeat this for your other 2 glass bases. Next, you want to fill your container with Dollar Tree white rocks. I think I used 2 packages for this project. And just fill it up so it's showing maybe like a couple of inches over the top of your rope. From there, you can add in any candles from Dollar Tree. I'm actually using some that I had from IKEA. Whatever you have on hand will work for this project. Once you have your candles in place, just put a little bit of white decorative rocks around the edges so it doesn't look like your candles are just like sitting right there on top. You just want it to look a little bit more natural. You guys, these trays that I got, I picked up just this last week at the Target dollar spot. They are $3 each and there's 3 different levels to them, and I just think they're so adorable and so nice for setting out decor. It really helps to elevate all the decor. And here's a look at how these candle holders turned out. I want to thank today's sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is a learning community that offers creative online classes that are given by experts in their field. As DIYers, they have so many great classes that I loved and I know you guys would love as well. They have crafts, they have photography, they have decorating, productivity, are just some of the favorite ones that I liked watching. One of my favorite classes I took on Skillshare was a class called Style a Space with Emily. And she is an expert decorator. She basically went through her thought process and had all this different decor in her living room. And she kind of taught you how to decide which pieces are best to decorate. And it was very insightful and I really enjoyed watching it. And I feel like I learned a lot from that class and am able to use it in my own home. A subscription to Skillshare is less than $10 a month, so it's very affordable. So the first 500 of my subscribers that click the link down in the description box will get a 2-month free trial of premium membership at Skillshare so that you can explore your creativity. Okay, so this next project, I'm super excited to share with you. I decided to make a rope rug. And if you know anything about these rugs, they can be very expensive. So I thought, you know what, let's try to make it ourselves. And I just love how it turned out. So for this rug, I actually used 1 whole container of these and then about 30 feet from another one. So I would say comfortably you need about 130 feet for this project. I also like to use construction glue by SureBonder. I feel like it just holds really well, so I'll link that below if you're interested in it as well. So I'm just gonna start in the center of my rug, and I'll just add in hot glue and wrap it around. Now, unlike my first project, you actually need to put glue on almost every piece of the rope, because when you lift the rug up, if it's not hot glued together, you're going to get gaps and it's going to kind of come apart. So you really have to adhere it all the way around. So I wrapped this rope around 13 times to make my circle. From there, do not cut the pieces off. You just want to leave it the way it is. Next, I put my circle onto a piece of poster board, and I just took a Sharpie and drew around the circle. I want to make some loops next in my rug. So to do that, I measured out about 2.5 inches all the way around my circle so that I could make those loops a really consistent size. So you want to take your rope that you didn't cut off, and you're going to just start making your loops. And you can see in the video how I did it. Once I made a loop, I hot glued the bottom of the loop to the base of my rug. And you want to try to put your hot glue on the edge so that it's not showing on the top. And I went all the way around trying to make my loops as consistent as possible. Now they're not going to be perfect, but that's okay, because in the grand scheme of the rug, it's going to look good. So I went all the way around my rug making my loops. Once I got to my last loop, I hot glued the base in place, and then I just took that rope and just kind of added it along the edge of my first loop. Now with that rope, I'm going to start going all the way around my rug again. As I go around the rug, I'm just going to hot glue it to the top of the loops that I put in place. I'm gonna wrap the rope around 8 times, making sure I hot glue along the edge as I go. So once I get to the end of my 8 loops, I am going to cut off the rope here. Now, to make the edge look a little bit extra special, I wanted to make individual circles. So to do that, you're just gonna start, hot glue the base together and wrap it around 7 times, making sure you hot glue around all the edges. And cut it off after you get 7 loops. Now I repeated this several times, I turned on the Netflix, and really it went faster than I thought. My only thing I did when I was going around was make sure that I used a template and I put it on top of my other one to make sure I cut them all roughly the same size so that it was consistent all the way around. Once I got all my circles done, I just laid them around the edge of my rug, making sure that the area that I cut off was next to my rug. Then I went around and hot glued that edge to my rug, and I also hot glued the edges of the circle so that they were connected to the circle next to them. Now to really reinforce this, I flipped my rug to the back and I added in some E6000. I felt like that would just really make my rug a lot stronger, so I let it sit overnight before I took it up to my space. I just love how this rug makes a gorgeous decorative accent. And here's a look at how my rug turned out. As much as I loved the rug, I really love these baskets that I created. I think they are super farmhouse and adorable and really don't require that much rope to make. So you're going to start making these the same way you started making the rug. You're just going to wrap the rope around itself, making sure you hot glue on the edges, because like the rug, if there are gaps, you will be able to see this. And I made this the same size as my mason jar lid, so I wrapped it around 6 times. Once I got the base the size I wanted it to be, I added hot glue to the outer edge and started wrapping my rope up around to make walls. Now, once I was doing this, I realized if I would have put like a container in the middle, I probably would have made it look a lot more symmetrical. I was worried about gluing it to whatever object I put in the middle. And I honestly, in the end, kind of liked that it was not as perfect. So you could always put something in here and wrap it around, but I felt like it turned out okay the way I did it. So to make my walls, I wrapped it around 19 times. I would say just wrap it around as many times as you think it looks nice. And I just kind of eyeballed it. When I was happy with it, I cut it off. And then the cool thing about this being rope is you can really mold these and shape them and move them around to kind of give that appearance you're looking for. Now I repeated this to make 2 baskets. I wanted to add a hanging system to this, so I'm going to be using ribbon from Dollar Tree. I love this ribbon. It is new out this spring, so you have to go look for it in your stores. So I just cut 2 pieces to put on the top. Now to attach the ribbon to my basket, I'm just gonna be using just some normal like school brads. And I took some black paint and painted the tips of them. I didn't even care if it was perfect. Honestly, I was okay with some of the brass hanging through. It just looked a little bit more rustic to me anyways. And then to attach them, I just took the brad, stuck it through the ribbon, into the basket, and then turned it to the back and pulled the brad out, and it held perfectly in place. I think these need plants in these baskets, so you want to get some kind of plant that will kind of hang over the edge. I opted for these new boxwoods that they have at Walmart. I used 1 boxwood and it was 97 cents, so it was a great deal. And I just cut the boxwoods off and I just kind of bent them over and put them into my basket. So I think this would look great sitting out on your wall. You could also put it on a hanging system. It's just so adorable. Okay, you guys, you'll have to let me know which of these 3 projects was your favorite. I hope you got some great inspiration, and if you're interested in Skillshare, all the links will be down in the description box. If you're new here, make sure that you're subscribed so you don't miss any DIYs. I'll link our last video for you, and I'll talk to you in our next one. Bye.